Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Seduce Me 2. We are now back to learning why they want to kill Diana for random reasons. Is it because she didn't approve of what you said to her? Rabbit flinched a bit, remembering that I had eavesdropped on the conversation as well. She looked at the ground and let out a sigh.
I joined this rebellion to fix the broken caste system. With Diana on the throne, nothing will change. Demons will still be forced to live as they were, and my kind will continue to be nothing more than slaves and servants.
The rage in Rabbit's eyes as she looked up at me could kill. I felt myself become fearful of her, and she took another step towards me.
If this madness has dulled her sense of duty to the world, and I join this war for nothing, then I will be happy to rid the world of her, if that keeps my kind from being kept under her foot.
Her cause was noble. I felt myself become lost in whose side I was on, as Rabbit closed her eyes and took a breath to calm down. Rabbit shook her head, tapping her staff on the ground.
Regardless, we can't have you remembering the conversation we had here if we are set on stopping her.
I took a step back, now afraid. Were they really going to kill me? They sensed my fear and waved their hands wildly.
Whoa! Hey, hold on! We're not gonna hurt you or anything!
Well, the way you guys worded it did not sound very, comforting. That was somewhat of a relief, but what were they going to do? As I took a breath, Shadow spoke up, catching my attention.
I'm curious, human. Do you believe in the succubus?
Shadow, don't even. What? The other rebel leaders looked at Shadow as he placed a hand on his chin and peered into my eyes. Oh my god, if he was a choice, I would so be with Shadow right now.
Who do you believe should rule this world? The succubus? Or one of us?
And suddenly it became the focal point in the entire war's resolution. Why was my opinion important? I looked to the floor, trying to mull over his question and come up with an answer. Diana had saved my life and was doing everything to make sure I could go back to the human world as safely as possible. Still, from how she was behaving, something was indeed seriously off with her. Was she really ready to take the throne? I think she's off just because she knows this little spirit was her sister. That's what I think. The four rebel demons before me, however, were all smart and balanced each other out in some shape and form. I could tell that they could all bring peace to the world in some way, but Diana really had to be eliminated for that to happen. I felt like I was standing on a precipice? I don't even know what that is. I knew that if I sided with Diana, then she would eventually be eliminated by these four unless she found out beforehand. I could warn her, but what if these demons erased my memory or threatened my life? I was balancing on the edge of a knife and had to pick a direction to fall. I closed my eyes and answered Shadow's question. Yo, I had to pick! I think if they all sat down, they can all be like a union together. So they're all having an important role in certain areas like they already are right now. But that's not a choice, because it says I believe in you all, which is all of them right there, or I believe in Diana. I don't know you guys very well. I believe in Diana. You guys are just being freaky. Diana had done so much for me. There was no way I could betray her. I mean, in season 1, yeah, she was a total jerk. But the four in the room stared at me, taking in my reply.
What does a human know?
I know politics in the human world.
Well, we did ask.
Enough. We need to continue this another time. For now,
Rabbit lowered her staff and pointed the tip at me, causing me to step back in fear.
et ex memoria de hoc loco mentem.
All at once, I felt my head completely filled with white noise, causing me to grip my head and fall to my knees in pain. I shut my eyes and felt the world spin around me before I relaxed as silence overtook my senses. My body floated for a bit in an empty void before softly landing on its surface, causing me to open my eyes and look around. Huh? What happened? I was in the hallway on the floor. How did I get there? I was on my way to my room. Weird. I stood up, brushed myself off, and looked around, hoping that no one saw me snoozing on the floor. When I noticed that the coast was clear, I quickly continued on my way to my room. I must have been more tired than I thought. I finally reached my room and let my body fall into the bed. I let out a sigh of utter pleasure as I felt the cloud-like bed cradle my body on its surface. I was beyond happy. To think this insanity had started with a spirit haunting my body was mind-blowing. How was this even possible? No one would ever believe that, but it happened to me of all people. Then I was kidnapped and taken to the demon world by the demon lord, trapped here unless he or I died. Another crazy improbable event that managed to happen. This entire week had become a wild roller coaster ride of excitement that I would have never expected. Still, there was joy to be found in adventure, and my curiosity thanked destiny for letting me experience it. Now all I wanted to do was to get home and marry the man I loved. As Erik finally entered the room at last, I smiled and sat up tiredly. Erik chuckled before sitting beside me and wrapping his arms around me.
Are you all right, princess?
Yeah, just tired and mind-wiped. We held each other, locked in silence and unable to say anything more. We let the situation we had just gone through to sink in, relieved that we were going to be happy from now on together. All we could do in the moment was hold each other and listen to our synchronized heartbeats. As the thought of tomorrow danced in my head, I began to grow fearful. Was I ready to go into battle? Was Erik? Were any of us for the matter? We were about to walk into the final clash of a world war. Hey, at least I made it this far. I didn't make it this far in James' round. Would we survive? Would I live to remain with Erik and feel his embrace again? Tomorrow brought too many questions to think about, and I became frustrated and scared. Of course, we're gonna make love with him, cause why not? I needed to hold him and treat the night like it was our last. Tomorrow was unpredictable, and I hope you guys don't hear the helicopter just flying above me, but tonight was guaranteed. Oh wow, the picture automatically popped up. That's kinda early, I guess. I ran my hands over his vest and looked into Erik's eyes. See his meet mine in a loving gaze. He seemed to understand silently exactly what I wanted as he gently leaned in and kissed me. Oh, they're holding hands. I don't know if you guys can see that. My eyes naturally closed, feeling the warmth of his embrace completely engulf me and draw me into a state of peace and comfort. The world around us vanished, and as I became lost in his arms. My fingers danced over each button of his shirt and released them as our kiss slowly deepened, revealing his bare chest and letting me feel the heat of his skin beneath my fingertips. His touches were gentle, sweet over my own clothes. The mutual need between us was as fluffy as a fairy tale, and with nothing to hold me back anymore, we would drift into a blissful euphoria in each other's arms before the battle of my freedom began. It was moments like this where I felt Erik's unwavering devotion to make me feel pampered, pleasured, and all around blessed with his touches, his kiss, his breath against my skin. Still, his intricate hold on me only escalated as the clothes between us were tossed away from us, leaving us bare and leaving me in a wonton? A wonton? What? Stay of mine on his hands. I was perfectly putty for him. Oh, not perfectly. I was perfect putty for him to melt in every caress over. Okay, my skin was paradise. My body drowned in ecstasy as his fingers massaged over my skin, his kisses over my shoulders shooting little jolts of pleasure through my spine, as their voices drifted to soft sighs and moans. I was his princess, and he was going to serve me every bit of his love, hugging me to him from behind and ravishing me as if he knew exactly what I wished to feel. He was just that intuitive to my feelings. That part of him was one of the many reasons why I loved him. Even as his touches became more heated and his grips on me tightened, I could only release moans upon blissful cries within his love. My fingers, not his fingers. My fingers became laced in one of his hands as his other explored every sweet spot on my body. The ride became a misty haze of pleasure, my fingers on my free hand bearing into his copper hair as his hold over my waist guided our lovemaking. The grip we had on our entwined hands tightened with each pulse of pleasure that rushed through us. Our names became a repeatable chant, echoing through the room as the air became filled with heat and the bittersweet smell of sweat. Any other sound between us became carnal and wordless. We knew exactly what to do and how to drive each other to our joint pinnacle of pleasure. As we peeked over it, the loud cries we released became the sweetest thing I had ever heard, bearing itself into my memory. The afterglow was just as perfect. Erik's arms around my waist and his loving kisses over my cheek and neck. I love you. I will always love you. Erik smiled and nuzzled me before pulling me against his body, giving me his chest as a pillow to rest on. I gladly took it, nuzzling him and listening to the sound of his beautiful heartbeat pounding in his chest. His heartbeat pounded for me. I could hear the love beat in each pulse, and it made a smile dance over my skin. I became confident and filled with determination, ready for the day to follow. Tomorrow would decide everything. Boom! I can skip this.
When you get to the castle, I will be fighting one-on-one with the demon.
It's cool. I want to say yes, but I'm scared. Erik gave me a comforting smile and gently leaned down and kissed my cheek, wrapping his arms around me softly.
I promise. I will protect you from anything that comes our way.
So cute.
Well, she also said that the castle will be bathed in blood, but I don't believe she means it literally.
Rabbit faced up forward and held their hands out towards the castle, focusing their energies and forcing the stone walls around it to crumble and dissolve down into the earth. Skip.
We've done what we
Alright.
Be careful, alright? Make sure you stay safe.
Kick his dead body a couple times for me, alright? Right in the head.
We'll be right here rooting for you and watching your back, okay?
We'll finish this and rush in as soon as we can, alright?
You know, it's funny because they never rush in.
Make sure you kick some serious ass. Show that old goat what he gets for messing with you.
We'll win this. We know we can.
You can do this. We'll see you soon, okay?
The journey was surprisingly uneventful. The sound of the war boomed beside us outside of the tree line, causing me to cover my ears a bit from the volume. But I shook my head and pressed forward, not wanting to become distracted. The goal was to get to the castle. I had to focus. As a line of incoming imps came into view, I glared and stopped, placing a hand over my chest and preparing to summon my guardian. Waves of energy pulsed around me before I jutted my hand out, forcing the familiar lavender and white mist to shoot up from my hand and slam itself onto the ground ahead of me. I could hear my incubus jump back, I'm guessing at the sound, surprised to see my summoning and staring in awe at it at the same time.
What the?
However, I didn't care at the moment. All I could focus on were the imps that I had successfully stopped and intimidated with my animal. Move out the way! Or move out of my way, excuse me. I jutted my hand forward, pointing at the imps that were stunned from my animal's cry. I commanded my animal forward. That was kind of cute. I rushed forward, causing my incubus to follow behind me, as my animal continued to claw and bite through the imps in our path, not caring if they were attacking or frozen still from fear. The more imps that fell, the more reinforcements became shell-shocked. Some managed to drive their weapons into my animal, causing me to flinch and reel back a bit from the pain, but I pressed forward, knowing that it would be alright in the end. My animal pushed forward as well, animalistic in its carnage. The remaining imps began to quake and step back in fear, and most likely never seeing a human use magic and slowly decimate their number. I didn't see them in line as they become open targets for my animal to strike down as they rushed onward towards the castle. My incubus, despite probably being surprised at my animal's carnage, followed as I continued forward, commanding my animal through every imp that came in our way. I had lost count of how many crossed us, but I didn't care. All I cared about was getting to the castle. By the time we reached the end of the forest, there was a slew of dead bodies behind us. I stood at the tree line, panting and feeling waves of lost energy echo through my body as my animal began to slowly fade away. I watched my animal stare at me, its eyes asking if it had done well. I smiled and nodded slightly before it bowed its head and disappeared from sight, unable to maintain its form any longer without my energy to fuel it. That was all I could do before my energy expanded and a wave of exhaustion rolled through my body. I began to fall forward, exhausted. My fiancé, however, quickly rushed forward and caught me in his arms.
Whoa! Princess, are you okay?
Huh? I looked up to see Erik staring down at me with a deeply concerned gaze. We were safe for the moment, so I merely smiled up at him with a nod. I'm fine. I promise to protect you like you protect me. Erik let out a small laugh, kissing my forehead and hugging me to him.
You spoil me so much, my love.
Aww. I hugged him back, feeling relieved that we had finally arrived at the castle and were about to rush inside. As we slowly pulled away, Erik lifted me up and helped me to my feet. This is where I'm going to stop. Right before the battle. I feel like there's going to be like 2 more episodes of Erik, depending on how long the battle is. And then we gotta go right back to James, and then the series is complete. I feel like it's been months for this series. I'm so sorry. And it does not help I didn't pass on James. So it sucks that we gotta go right back to him. But I hope. I don't know who's the best right now, the storyline wise. All I know is Damon is the very lowest. I was really upset with this story. I'm so sad. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.